Hello, I am Wolf of Wise Wolf Wellness. I appreciate you being here today. If you've arrived at one of my online classes, that means you've put one step forward in bringing health and wellness to your mind, body, and spirit. If you enjoy this class, please consider becoming a Patreon member. These memberships help support me as I continue to bring all these amazing classes to you and your friends. Share, like, follow my YouTube, my social media accounts, and my Patreon to continue getting all these great classes and notifications. Enjoy the class, and I'll see you at many more. Hello, and welcome to today's class. We're going to be working on neck stretches today. So if you have a chronic tight neck, this is perfect for you. Now, one thing to think about, if you are having severe pain or spasming, or if you have a kink in the neck where you have limited range of motion, this may not be the time to be doing this video. See your qualified healthcare practitioner, and when you are cleared for stretching, come back. This is perfect for you, all right? So all you need today is a bolster to sit on, or you could use a chair or the side of your bed, or even a footstool, a large footstool. So find whatever is most comfortable for you, or just sitting on the ground is perfect too. Now with your neck, there's always more than just your neck at hand. And I want to start with your mid-back, your sides, and your chest opener, and then we'll get deeper into the neck stretches. By releasing everything a little bit below, that means that we're going to be able to create freedom for the neck to flow better around the shoulder joints, okay? So once you have this space, let's get started. So we'll start with a spinal twist. Bring your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you to the floor, fingers pointing away. You're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to exhale and twist, looking over your back shoulder. You're going to continue to take these deep breaths, repeating that inhale and growing up, and exhale, deepening the stretch. Inhale on your way back to the front. And let's repeat to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee, left hand to the ground behind you. Deep breath in, and exhale, twist, looking over your back shoulder. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come back to the front. Both hands going to come behind you, fingers pointing away. And you're going to get the heels of your hands about as close to your glutes as you can comfortably, so that you can lean back and your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. And you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, and you're simply just going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. This opens the chest, and take deep breaths. Inhale, release, and come back to straight up. Good job. Next, we're going to work on the side body. So your left hand's going to come down to the surface beside you. You're going to push away and begin to drop your head towards the left shoulder. Reach that right arm up and reach it over. You can start by maybe placing it on the back of the head. As long as your chest is nice and open to the front and the shoulders are pulled back, you can play around with this. Eventually you want a nice long stretch with that right arm over the head. And breathe. Breathe into the part that's stretching. So on this one, it'll be your right side. Inhale, come all the way back up. and then we're going to switch sides again. So right hand comes to the ground beside you, and your head drops towards that shoulder, and your left arm reaches up and over, or you can start with the hand behind the neck. Key here is to push away from the ground on the right hand. And slowly lengthen that left arm up and over. Opening the chest to the front, pulling the shoulder blades back, deepening that stretch. Inhale, come back up. So you should already be feeling a bit more flow in the shoulders. You can take your hands, you're going to clasp them behind your back. And simply squeeze the shoulder blades, opening the chest. Another chest opener. You can tuck the chin down, create more space for a deeper stretch in the back. Inhale and release. From here, we're going to do a seated cat pose. So cat pose is when you arch your back completely backwards so that you have this nice concave form to your upper body. So to do this, we're actually just going to reach forward as if you're protruding your hands forward, palms down, and chin comes to chest. You roll your tailbone under, take a deep breath in, and exhale. Allow the curvature of your back to round out behind you. Just breathe. Inhale, come up. Then reach behind you, palms facing the sides of the mat. Shoulders drop down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and breathe. So this is both strengthening the back and lengthening the front of your body, which is honestly what most of the time causes the neck pain. We work at computers with our hands forward all the time, and we just want to open it up and strengthen the back and release. We're going to reverse that 2 more times. So come into a seated cat pose, reaching forward, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhale up, reach back, squeeze the shoulder blades, back and down with the shoulders. Deep breaths. Come to neutral and reverse cat. And seated. It's kind of like a modified cow pose almost. Good job. Come to neutral. Kind of roll your shoulders out. Let's shrug them forward several times. And let's do this at a slower and slower pace so that you feel each muscle activating. Sometimes we just need movement in the neck muscles, and then we're going to reverse. We're going to go forward and then backwards. And you can do this several times back and forth. Again, this is also strengthening as much as it is creating movement in the neck muscles and traps and shoulders. Here we go, shake it out. And now we're gonna get a little bit deeper into the neck stretches. So the first thing we wanna do is to deepen the back of the neck stretch. So we're gonna tuck the chin. Don't force it if there's any pain, and then back off. And you really wanna feel a long line coming all the way up through the back of the neck, reaching up and forward. And at the same time, you also want to feel a opposing stretch coming down the spine through the tailbone. And breathe. Growing tall with every breath. And inhale, look back forward. Now we're going to touch our right ear towards our right shoulder. So one thing we want to make sure we don't do, we want to make sure that we don't bring our right shoulder to our right ear. Instead, we want to keep it relaxed. Your range of motion all depends on your space. So if you're tight, don't expect your ear to touch your shoulder unless you're some kind of crazy yogi or acrobat or a circus person. Just breathe into the side stretch. And remember, it's just your ear reaching towards the shoulder. And you'll feel the stretch, probably right at the base of the ear, coming right down the side and into the lateral trap attachments. Inhale, come back up. Shake your neck just a little bit. And then drop your head to where the left ear reaches towards the left shoulder. Remember, keep both shoulders relaxed. Maybe shake your elbows a little bit. That'll help relax them. And this isn't, super extraneous stretches here. You don't want to overdo it. This is simply allowing the weight of your head to create the stretch. If you're forcing the stretch, you can cause injury, and we just don't want that, do we? Inhale, come back up, shake from side to side. Now we're going to take our chin and we're going to bring it to the shoulders. So chin goes to the right shoulder first, and tuck it down. So you'll see how this changes the stretch. You're going to feel it more towards the back side, but you may also feel that spiraling stretch in the front as well, which is perfectly fine. Breathe. Again, this is not a forceful stretch. You simply want the weight of your head to be doing all the resistance here. Inhale, come back up, look forward, rock your head side to side for a moment. Chin to the left shoulder. Tuck it down, relax the shoulders. Breathe. Inhale, release, come back to the front, shake your head side to side, kind of resets your spine. All right, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you could bring that left hand to the ground. You can reach your right hand up and over and just lightly stretch. So now we're reaching, you could change the level of your left hand to different levels and notice that it kind of helps in the shoulder and the neck create different attachment pulls. And again, this is not a pull your neck off kind of stretch. This is just a light pull and release. Right hand comes to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over, grabs the right side of the head. And then your opposing stretch. You're actually probably doing more with the hand that's reaching down than you are with the pull. You could test out different angles. And if it causes any pain, just go ahead and come out of the pose. And release. Inhale, come back to center. Let's go ahead and do a few more shrugs. See how the range of motion is feeling. I'm feeling a good amount of blood flow already. Next, we're just going to end with a few massage techniques. So we're going to use a cupped hand. So create a C with all your fingers together, and you're going to grab your, if you're doing it with your left, you're reaching over to your right shoulder, right hand grabs the left elbow, and you're coming up to this trap, and you're simply squeezing. You can uncup the left thumb, and you can use that to resist the squeeze on the opposite side. So you're kind of creating a rolling action over the thumb, pulling the trap over the thumb from back to front. And you can stay here doing this as much as you want. Just know that you don't want to overwork it. So if you're doing this for 10 or 15 minutes, you might want to stop. You can create a bad therapeutic inflammation process that is not enjoyable. So just be safe. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch. Release that. Grab the right elbow with my left hand, cup with either all fingers together or with the thumb released, so I can create a resisting roll, pulling the traps up over the thumb and forward. I can tell that my left trap is not as tight as my right trap, trapezius, because it is much more loose. Not as much resistance on this side, and that's good. But it still feels amazing to do this. There you go. And the last thing is a nice little double-sided massage for your neck. So what you want to do is clasp your hands together, and you're going to use the palms of your hands. So pushing the elbows forward, you close the palms on the back of your neck. So with your clasped hands, you look down, tucking the chin to the chest, and you pull, pressing and pulling, moving the elbows forward, massaging each palm of your hand into each side of the spine. And if this is not an easy range of motion for you to do, what I want you to do is take a cupped hand, and you could use the open C with the thumb released, and you could reach one hand behind you and squeeze. And then do that 3 or 4 times up and down, from the top of the spine down to the base of the neck. And then take the other hand and repeat on the other side. These are all very nice massage techniques to do at home. And again, this is more of somebody who just has a chronic tight neck and wants to reverse this. There we go. Do some shoulder circles just to kind of get a idea of where you are now. My neck feels much more loose. You can do this throughout your work day, when you first wake up, when you get home from work, or right before you go to bed. Before you go to bed is great because it will increase the quality of sleep that you get. So I always say to do whatever you can to bring your body into balance before you go to sleep, because even the worst mattresses, you will be fine if you can go to bed without tension in your back. If you enjoyed this video, please follow and support me on my Patreon page. Any extra followers I get on there help support these videos. The link of that is in the description of the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and feel free to comment, like, ring the bell, all those good things. All right, see you later.